All right, welcome to Talking Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. I want to do my daily Bitcoin and Bitcoin miner update. Bitcoin is having a decent day. Some of the miners are having a really good day. So I want to take a look at that, go through the chart, and see what's going on, and see if we can figure out what direction we're headed. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Please do us a favor and smash the like button. We also have a pinned comment with a link to our free Discord, and we're at almost 500 people, so we would love to have you join us. Let's talk about Bitcoin. All right, first I'm going to start with the Bitcoin miner big board, and you'll see almost completely green. We've got one in the red today. MIGI is down 0.99. Today has fluctuated massively, so we've had things go from red to green to red to green. Certain things have been strong all day, but here as we get into the later part of the day, and there's still a few trading hours left in the day, everything seems to have settled into a very green position as far as the miners go. Bitfarms had a bit of an erratic day too, so we'll look at the chart after this and see what's going on there. But I just wanted to highlight a few of these miners before we get into that. Core Scientific is up 12.1%. So they just got over $7. That for them is actually still very low. But a 12% day is a great day for them, even though in my opinion, they are still oversold, and there's some reasons for that. I did do a deep dive video on Core Scientific a few days ago. If you want to see what's going on, they've done a few weird things that have suppressed the price of the stock a little bit, but I am bullish on that stock. And again, this is not financial advice. Marathon is also having a big day, up over 7%. And then basically Bitfarms, HUT, and HIVE, the Canadian miners, are all up about 4 or 5% on the day. So all in all, a very good day from a Bitcoin miner standpoint, assuming we don't have a meltdown in the last hour and a half of the trading day. So let's take a look at the chart. Okay, this is the Bitcoin chart on the 15-minute time frame. So each one of these candles is 15 minutes. So basically this goes back to this yellow line right here at 37,573. That is where Bitcoin was when the equity markets closed in the United States yesterday. So that was the close of the market yesterday. So you can see we've actually had a nice upward trend from there. We're currently up about 3.3%, and we've been higher than that. So we've pulled back a little bit over the last hour, and now we're rallying. So Bitcoin's been positive all day today, and it's been over 3%. And if I go to the absolute high of the day, which was a few hours ago, it was almost a 5% increase at that point. So Bitcoin's had a nice day. Having said that, this orange line right here represents where the equity markets closed on Friday. So this was Friday and this was Monday. So you can see we're very much stuck in a range. So yesterday we bottomed out very near this red line. And so you can see in general, although we're having a little uptrend here today, Bitcoin is very sideways. We've got these two red lines, one at 37,400 and one at 39,600. Okay, so I've zoomed out to the 1 hour time frame. So this takes us all the way back to Friday at the close. So you can see all of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and now Tuesday. We've been trading between these two red lines. We've been closer to the top than we have the bottom for the most part. We did test the bottom yesterday during trading hours, but you can see even on a 1 hour time frame, we were able to get back above this line of support. So we've been inside this trading range for a few days, and I'm going to zoom out a bunch further. We've really had two different trading ranges since the beginning of the year, and we've been kind of stuck bouncing between one and the other. Okay, so this is Bitcoin zoomed out on the 1 day chart. So each one of these candles represents 1 day. You're going to see blue boxes and yellow boxes. And basically we've been stuck bouncing between those two ranges. And there's a green line right here, and that has been absolute resistance for the entire year. This goes back to January 4th. January 3rd was the first trading day of the year. So this is at about 45,800. So in order to really break out, we need to get into that $46,000 range. And you can see at the moment, we're not close to that. So it's been very sideways action all year. So this trading range is from about 40 to 45. We spent a few weeks in this and then dipped down. And this trading range is from about 36.8 to 39.6. That's a pretty tight trading range, just about $3,000. So we spent about 10 days in there, and then we jumped up here for a week and a half, and then we jumped right back down here for the last couple couple of weeks, with the exception of the fact that in the middle, we jump back into this range. So we've been very sideways all year. It feels like a massive roller coaster ride, but we're pretty much stuck within a range. This one-day candle wicked all the way down to just about $33,000. Other than that, almost every single day of the year this year has been inside one of these boxes. So I'm going to zoom back into the 2-hour time frame. So basically you can see this was Friday, this was Monday. We've been stuck in between these two red lines for a while, but this purple line is the one you'll notice every day. I keep coming back to this line. This purple line right here at about 45,700, we have got to have a daily candle close above this line in order to confirm a breakout to the upside. We were very close to that about a week ago, and I think some geopolitics got in the middle of things, and the market and Bitcoin went down, and we're looking at some other situations now with oil spiraling upwards and a lot of money gravitating back into silver and gold. But the one thing that I would say is, while oil is going up and silver's going up and gold is going up and the market's basically been going down, Bitcoin seems to be going sideways. So, we've been waiting to see if Bitcoin was going to decouple from the equity markets. And, maybe that's not going to happen just in one day. But this could be the beginning of a process where there's some decoupling because, right now Bitcoin going sideways over the last 4 days, it's not acting like the market is, and it really isn't acting like gold is yet. So we'll see. What I'd like to see is a break to the upside, obviously. If we could go break out of this purple line of resistance and go up from here, regardless of what the market is doing, then that would put us back in a bull run for Bitcoin. Until then, the miners have been very volatile, but we tend to be heading sideways for the most part. So for those of you who know how to use options, this has been a very good environment to sell options a little bit out of the money. For those of you not familiar with options, this is probably a good time to stay away from options. Okay, so I just want to look at a couple of Bitcoin miners in specific that I think are acting very similarly. The first one I want to look at is Marathon. So Marathon right now is up 6.5%. And again, these are not the end of the day numbers. There's still some trading left to do in the day today. But even with this up day, you can see I'm going to add a line here. So this green line I just added is basically Marathon's 52-week low. You can see it got almost down to that on January 24th, and then it did get down to that on February 24th. Those were the 2 days that Bitcoin bottomed out as well. If you look at where Marathon is trading right now, it's only about 15% off of its 52-week low. So if I go the other way, if I just go back to February 10th, which was essentially 1 month ago, Marathon would have to go up over 37% just to get back to that spot. And that spot is very similar to our September 29th spot, which was when Bitcoin bottomed out at the end of September. So that line held as support for a long time. We have been below that. We have a new line of support down here at this green line, but Bitcoin at about 38,800 is just below where it was back at the end of September. And really over the last 2 weeks, Bitcoin has spent more time above this September low than below it. We happen to be a little bit below it right now. And obviously, like we looked at, we're trading within a range, but this is my first benchmark. So the downside risk to me on this is about 15% to the 52-week low. The short-term upside is about 37% just to where we were last month. And then if I go back to December 27th, Bitcoin topped out at 52,000 after a run down. This was after the flash crash. It had spent some time down. It got as high as 52,000 on December 27th. Most of the Bitcoin miners also had a local high on December 27th. So if it were to get back to that, that would be a 76% increase in the price of Marathon stock. Last one we'll look at, this is December 3rd. This was the day of the Bitcoin flash crash. So Bitcoin was trading around 56 or 57,000 at that point. Then it flash crashed down to 42,000 and, has been on a downward trend basically since then. If Bitcoin can get healthy and get back to where it was just before the flash crash, which is only at about $56,000, that would represent a 115% increase. Marathon has a few things that it has to do on its own in order to achieve this as well, because they are sitting on over 60,000 machines that are not yet plugged in and mining Bitcoin. So I think over the next 2 or 3 months, they've got to catch up with their infrastructure, get everything plugged in. They'll have a significant jump in their hash rate at that point. And while that's happening, if Bitcoin can just stay a little bit healthy at all, I think this is a realistic price target, potentially, for the next 3 to 6 months. So again, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence. As you can see, Marathon, as well as all of the Bitcoin Bitcoin miners are highly volatile. I want to look at one more miner. This is HIVE. So HIVE is trading at $1.74 right now. It's up, and again, the trading day is not over, but at the moment it's up about 5.5% on the day today. So it's having a decent day today. So if I do the same thing for HIVE and measure from where it's trading right now down to its 52-week low, you'll see it's about 14%. Conversely, I'm going to go back to the same day we did for Marathon, which was February 10th. So if HIVE can get back to where its stock price was on February 10th, which was less than 1 month ago, that would be a 38% increase in the price of HIVE stock. So again, I'm going to use December 27th because that was the day that Bitcoin and all the Bitcoin miners hit a local high. So if HIVE was to get back to where it was on December 27th when Bitcoin was at $52,000, that would be an 80% increase in the price of HIVE stock. So you can see Marathon and HIVE are very similar as far as their distance away from certain target points. So these are the same kind of 3 to 6 month target points for me on HIVE. However, I will say HIVE actually had a very good February operational update. So I would expect them to continue to head more in the right direction and maybe faster than Marathon. It may take Marathon a little while longer based on having to get those machines plugged in and get that exahash to where they said it was going to be. So to put it in perspective, when you do Bitcoin equivalents, now HIVE does a lot of its mining in Ethereum, but if you convert that all to Bitcoin equivalents, HIVE actually mined more than Marathon did this last. So that situation will likely reverse itself when Marathon gets its machines plugged in. But I am bullish on both of these companies. So again, this is not financial advice. I added to my position in HIVE today, but please do your own due diligence and make your own decisions. It's your money. It's your money, and you guys should be comfortable where you're investing it. So I'll just end back here on the 15-minute time frame. We're at about 38,800-ish, and just a couple of notes. CleanSpark is now up 13%. Core Scientific is now up 15%. So there's some things that are pushing up. Everything else is just about where we talked about earlier. So that's my update for today. Best of luck, everybody, and we will see you in the next video.